Hi everyone, my name is Danielle Con de Silva and you can call me Danny. My pronouns are she, her, or they, them, and I'm a guest on the traditional territories of the Anishinaabe, Chippewas, and Mississaugas First Nations in so-called Canada. I am passionate about rematriation, which is coming back to this idea of the sacred and applying that to indigenized conservation. And I do this through photography, filmmaking, entrepreneurship, and many other things, including writing. This year, what I've been able to do with my fellowship, thanks to the Safina Center, are many. I've been able to continue a story with my friend Kaya George of the Tsleil-Waututh Nation, and we've been working on educating folks about the indigenized viewpoints and parallels between orcas and her community. And so we were able to have our story published, and it was front page news across Canada with the Globe and Mail. Next year, we'll be continuing the educational piece of this in a series that's sponsored by National Geographic. In addition to this, I was able to go to the Bahamas and worked with Black freedivers, Black scuba divers to change the face of our connections with the underwater world. Recently, I've been working with the Maori community in Tahiti, and I've been working with them to understand their connections to their natural heritage, to the Moana Nui Kiva, the Great Ocean of Blue, which is their territory. And through that, I was able to have incredibly magical experiences with humpback whales and baby humpbacks and their mothers that many others don't get to have. And this is the place where they are all born, and it was just absolutely incredible. Lastly, I've been working on a book that focuses on the subject of rematriation and indigenized conservation, bringing together an anthology of voices that I think will shift the landscape of this subject matter. And I'm really excited for what's to come. So please continue your support of me, of the rest of the fellows, and continue following our journeys, because what you do and what you offer us is so important. Thank you all. Have a great night.
My name is Hob Osterlin. I'm the founder of the Kauai Albatross Network, also the author of the book Holy Moly. Moly is the Hawaiian word for albatross, and here on the North Shore of Kauai is the only place where any species of albatross nests among humans. That gives us an amazing opportunity to be able to witness their lives, because they spend about 90% of it out at sea and solo. Can you imagine a bird that spends that much time airborne? So here they are on the ground. Hopefully really soon, by the time you watch us, there should be, the first albatross should have returned to Moly Hill over here at Kilauea Point National Wildlife Refuge, where I stand at this moment. They also nest on 11 miles of coastline, much of which is owned by private parties. So that helps us to work with them to be sure that those birds are protected and their stories are told. We have to protect them from predators like cats, dogs, and pigs. And we also want to tell their story because we have such a unique opportunity with them here. So through books, through social media, I produced a film called Kalama's Journey about an albatross chick who was raised by 2 moms here. Feel free to watch that sometime. And also we partnered with the Cornell Lab of Ornithology to live stream chicks growing up here on Kauai for 5 years and reached virtually every country in the world, viewers from every country. So I'm just so delighted to be working with the Safina Center. Carl was my original inspiration by his book, The Eye of the Albatross. What an amazing program. I can picture you there. I wish I was there with you tonight, sitting at the tables, elbow to elbow, having eaten such delicious food and listening to the glorious stories of the fellows and the launch of Alfie and me. So thank you so much for all your support. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Come see me sometime. Come see these birds. Aloha.
Hello everyone, I'm Jacqueline Scott and I'm in Toronto, Canada. This is my update for this year's Safina Fellowship, for which I'm entirely grateful. The fellowship has made my PhD studies possible. And I'm happy to say that I have turned in the very first draft of my entire dissertation. My thesis is called Black Outdoors, the Perception of the Wilderness in the Canadian Imagination. And in it, I look at how do you make outdoor recreation and the broader environmental field more welcoming and more accessible for Black people. And I did that by holding a whole ton of focus groups and interviews with people to talk about their experiences in camping, snowshoeing, and in hiking. All of this research would not have been possible without the funding from the Safina Fellowship. I am truly grateful for that. So my thanks to you, and I hope one day I will be able to join you for the dinner. Thank you. Bye.
Hey dear friends, this is Belen. This year I'm writing you this video from my own boat. Yes, you heard well, this is my own boat. I never owned anything in my life before. My partner and me, we just decided to buy our own expedition vessel, and the idea is to keep performing these inspiring expeditions all over the world. We will probably keep on doing similar things as with ocean missions, science, education, inspiration, conservation. So I'm very grateful for the Safina Center, just knowing that you are doing a great job and that you're so committed to your missions, and that is very important for me to keep going. Remarkably, this year we finally declared officially the first hope spot in Iceland. Well, first time in the States also, and I was just really happy to be presenting this great news in the World's Oceans Week. Got to meet Sylvia Earle finally, and Carl Sabina. Of course, two of my greatest inspirations and mentors in my work every day. At the moment, we are working with local stakeholders to start planning how we want to protect this area. What are the threats, what are the opportunities, what the locals want. So it's an exciting moment for us. We feel definitely that there is a wave of change, and I'm honestly having a lot of fun riding the waves. So I hope you guys find also waves of hope in your ways, and celebrate. See you out there.
Hi everyone, my name is Eliza Milio and I'm a junior fellow at the Safina Center. This year I've had the privilege of working with Paul Greenberg, an author and journalist based in New York City. I work in agricultural conservation and I have a master's from NYU in environmental conservation and education. Before getting my degree, I spent over a decade farming in California, and I learned firsthand what the realities of growing food in the unpredictability of a warming climate can look like. And I really believe the intersection of food and climate change represents a sort of rare opportunity to build public support for activism and climate change and policy change. So having an informed citizenry is really just one mechanism for systemic shifts, and it can help us to establish a more resilient agricultural system. So with Paul's mentorship this year, I've been writing at the intersection of climate change and agriculture in the hopes of really growing public knowledge and understanding of these issues. And for my final project this year, I'm working on a piece that will explore how climate change and other obstacles are causing young farmers to leave the field. This has been a really amazing opportunity, and I'm so thankful to the Safina Center for supporting this work.
Hello, everyone. My name is Caitlin Taylor. This is my second year as a junior fellow with the Safina Center. My biggest passion is for whales, but I love everything about the ocean. By the time you see this video, I will be in Ushuaia, Argentina, having just completed a trip to South Georgia and Antarctica. This year, I've pivoted from guiding and driving whale watching trips in the US to working on expedition ships around the world. This change has challenged me to rethink the way I talk about wildlife, locations, and conservation. It has also challenged me to find a better balance with my projects outside of my life on board. My goal is to inspire people about whales and about the ocean, to encourage everyone to stay curious about their natural world and ultimately do more to protect it. No one can do everything, but
everyone can do something. And I highly encourage you to go out and be humbled by these ocean giants and the places that they live. A couple updates on the projects I'm working on. The first one is Wild Monterey Bay, a storytelling project about the wonders and wildlife of Monterey. And I'm happy to say that we are now able to move forward with self-publishing our stories into a printed book. Our current timeline is to finish setting the pages and print over the winter. You can check out the stories now online at wildmontereybay.com or on our YouTube channel, Wild Monterey Bay. The second one is the Whale Nerds podcast. If you don't know what a podcast is, it's basically a radio show on the internet. On episodes, we talk about our experiences on the ocean, new science and stories about whales, and we also interview guests who are scientists, artists, and storytellers. This year, we're publishing episodes on about a monthly basis, and we have funding for the next several years, thanks to the Safina Center. You can follow along with the podcast by searching The Whale Nerds Podcast on any major podcast platform, on social media, or the podcast website, thewhalenerds.com. Thank you all for your continued support of the Safina Center and the fellowship program. We wouldn't be able to do what we do without you.